All right, welcome back to this video here. We're going to take a look at an example. I'm just going to move my camera a little bit of rates and how we can compare rates and come up with a solution to a question. So here's our question that we're looking at. Amelia walks briskly at 6 kilometers per hour. When she walks at this rate for 2 hours, she burns 454 calories. Bruce walks at a slower rate, 4 kilometers per hour. Okay, it's definitely slower. And he burns 62 calories in 30 minutes. If Amelia walks for 3 hours, how much farther will Bruce need to walk to burn the same number of calories? There's a ton of stuff in here that we need to unpack and determine how it's going to help us. But we can use rates and we can use comparison of rates to understand this stuff really, really quickly if we really need to. So let's first of all look at what we want to do. We want to figure out how far they need to walk, okay, in order to burn the same number of calories. We're given lots of stuff for Amelia. Okay, we know the 3 hours, we know how much she burns in 2 hours. We can solve for how many calories she is going to burn in 3 hours, and that will then help us figure out how many calories Bruce needs to burn, and then we can work through that. So I'm going to set up a little ratio here like this, which has the one rate that I know, 2 hours is 454 calories, and the second rate I need to figure out, and that is how many calories in 3 hours. I use a cross multiply and divide method. If you want to use a different kind of method, that's fine. But when I cross multiply and divide, I'm going to get 681 calories. And I know that that is also 18 kilometers because 3 times 6 is 18 kilometers. And that's going to come in handy as we get farther along. So that gives me two pieces of information. It gives me how many calories and how far Amelia has walked. Bruce needs to match that number of calories. So how long is it going to take for Bruce to hit 681 calories? We are given the number of calories he burns in a time, so let's figure out how long it takes for him to burn 681 calories. Again, I'm going to set up two comparing ratios. The first one gives us the number of calories in half an hour, so 62 calories in half an hour. The other one gives us a total number of calories he needs, but it doesn't know how many hours, and that's what we need to solve for right now. Again, I'm going to use cross multiply and divide, and we're going to get that this is going to take 5.49 hours, give or take, a couple minutes or a couple seconds maybe. All right, so we now have 5.49 hours as our number of hours. I can use the speed that Bruce walks to figure out the distance he's walking. Okay, so speed times hours gives us number of kilometers, 21.97. And because now we know how far it takes him how far he walks before he gets 681 calories burned, we can now find the difference between the two, and that's going to be 3.97 kilometers, or roughly about 4 kilometers more that Bruce has to walk. Now, again, we're looking at what are we comparing? Okay, so what's going to be common, and that's the number of calories, and now we can work our way around to figure out how far he needs to walk in order to burn that number of calories. Hope this has helped you out. Hope maybe it makes a little more sense, that it's kind of gone step by step. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day.